the suffering from what happened in the world, and it shows that somehow we don't have the realistic idea about this world, and we expect that this world safe, predictable.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This is the hope for all of us. We would like to have a healthy, safe, and supporting world which is not damaging us and injuring us, and there is no war and killing and betrayal and fraud and so. And this is the world of fairy tales. Not always, but in some fairy tales it is so. In some even show that the dark side of the world. Because this is the reality. In the reality, things happen deliberately, but also arbitrarily or just by chance, which are catastrophes and which are destroying and destructive. And an art of life is to learn to live with it and to deal with it. And it may happen that we have a car accident and that we lose a leg or an arm, or and then the world is so injured and so reduced. When you have only one arm, for instance, how to dress oneself with just one arm, and you can't even close a zip or so. These are restrictions which belong to life. More or less restrictions, more or less pain, and this is the first step to see the reality as it is and to learn to accept all these things may happen in the world. This war is so terrible. Nobody counted with it. It was so surprising. And what is going on is simply not acceptable, but we have to live with it for the time being. Of course, we hope it will be over. But there is not only the war, there are pandemics, there are inflations, there are economic crises, and so many things happen. And people die by a heart attack and have a cancer when they are 40 or so and die.
Even when they're kids.
And even kids, yeah.
This is one of the hardest thing when kids die, and what is the meaning of this?
Absolutely.
How could this world be so tough for me?
Yeah, and one may get quite rebellious against this world and say, with such a world I refuse to live with. I want it better. This is the childish reaction. Children react like that. And this is in us also. If we have such impulses, we say, no, I don't want it. I want my ice cream. I want it to be as I like it to be.
And why? Why people expect such kind or react such a way?
Because we are all we have the responsibility to live ourselves and to have a good life and to feel joy and have pleasure and have fun and good relationship and warmth and love, etc. This is what is supporting creative, what strengthens our life and our will to live. But there is the opposite. There is the dark side. There is the destruction. Where there is growth, there is destruction. Where there is life, there is death. This is nature, the regularity, the law of life. So destruction is always there. You have always bacteria. We can have them as symbionts and live together. This is the optimal form. But there are some aggressive bacteria or viruses, and then we get sick, and we can even die from them. So, to live with the limitations is the art which we have to learn to live. This means two things. One thing is, the first thing is to prevent, to oppose, to fight for the better, to get cured and healed and to do everything for good health, good relationship, for a good environment, for peace, as much as we can. This is a challenge. Invest yourself to make the world better, the world around you, the world in your family, the world within yourself, so that you can have a good and restoring sleep. This is the first duty, task, the challenge. This means life to build houses to protect ourselves for the winter and from rain and sun. And for the rest, look at it. It is there. It makes you think and feel about the end of life, about the limitation. No tree grows into the heaven. Everywhere there is limitation. And think about it. Why can't you accept it? You have only this life, and this is the structure of life. Why can't you accept it? Are you too proud? Does it destroy your self-value? Are you simply not strong enough to carry that? Does it lead you into despair? And if you look at yourself, it is up to you to live this life because there is no other. If you see that you are not strong enough, work on this. What debilitates you? What makes you so weak? What takes you away the strength? Can you take a bit more time for yourself, maybe? Can you have more quiet time for yourself? Or be more in dialogue and contact with other people? That may strengthen you. Maybe it's this what is lacking. And when you do this, then you can even bear better the world around you.
Mm-hmm. And we discuss about this question that we have to hear from the world. Maybe could you say a few words about that? Because it's really complicated concept, and sometimes we couldn't get it straight away. How? What questions? I couldn't hear anything. I hear only, I don't know, power from this word, and it's too much for me, and I can't deal with this.
Yeah, this this question of what does it consist to be alive? What does it mean? I live my life. Of course, we know the biological factors, basis. We have to eat and to sleep and to go for a walk and do sports, etc. But this is not yet the full life. This is just the basis for life. When I have eaten and drunk and slept well and had good sex, so the question comes, but for what for am I here? What should I do? Is there anything? Do I have to get up in the morning at all? Why? And so the existential understanding in existential philosophy, in logotherapy, in existential analysis, etc., there is an understanding, a view of the world which says we are primarily here to give our answers to the questions of life. And the question of life is, in the morning asks me, do you want to get up or do you want to stay a bit longer in the bed? And one day I say, well, Sunday morning, lazy Sunday, I take my time. I prefer to stay in the bed. And I answer this question like this. And on Monday morning I say, no, I have a lot to do. I want to get up. Every situation, everything asks me, what are you going to do with it? When I get the flu, are you staying at home? Are you working in the same way as you did yesterday? How do you deal with it? What do you decide? It is up to you to deal with this situation. And of course, this is much more powerful when we have to deal with a cancer. The cancer asks me, so to say, Alfried, can you still lead a good life? Although you are now sick from a cancer, Of course, the primary question is always, did you treat it? Did you prevent it? And now it is there. Did you do the best treatment to cure yourself? But if it is an incurable cancer, the existential question is still there. And this is a very powerful view to the world. Can you still have good life although you can't play tennis anymore and you can't go hiking anymore? You have cancer, you are weakened. Yes, I can. I can talk with my children, with my partner, with my friends. I can read books. I can think. I can take time for myself. It can become a very beautiful time because I have more time for myself. And I start to speak with myself more than I did in the last years. And I enjoy my cup of tea, drinking it slowly. And I may enjoy it in the same way as before, or even more. There are always possibilities. This is the richness of life, that there are possibilities we do not think about when we are not challenged by reality, by this actuality, by this, when we are not forced to stand up for ourselves and keep up our relationship to life and say, well, the circumstances have changed, but my love to life remains the same.
So when something happened with me, for example, a war or illnesses or maybe fraud or scam, how could I trust this word again? Because I just, all my support and all
We
my
may be
basis
not only disappointed, but even deceived.
deceived and disappointed,
Yeah, and and then a friend of mine, a partner in the business, they betrayed me, and I become aware of it. And then, of course, my trust is broken. I have no confidence anymore. And what to do in such a case? Trust and confidence are a decision, a yes, to a perception. We have to perceive before we trust that this colleague or friend is trustworthy. This means he is capable to keep up a contract and to stand behind it and to perform it. He has the capacity, the cognitive, the character. And then when I see, and I know him maybe since some years, and we collaborated, and I know him, he's always so correct. And then I see he is trustworthy. And when he's trustworthy, I say, yes, I can hand him over this capital for his job, etc., or for this enterprise. But when he behaves suddenly differently, clandestinely, behind my back, and I discover it, then the trust, can be compared with a bridge, the bridge breaks down. And when the bridge is broken, this is a theme which cannot be repaired within a day. This needs weeks, months, maybe years. And it needs not only his saying, I will never do that again, or so. It needs experience. Trust can grow only on the basis of clear experience of trustworthiness, of supporting structures, of solid ground on which I can build my house, on which I can build my decision. Then the trust can grow again. So when after such an event we still are together, then we work together, and if I see that he's really now, he's very strict, he opens up, he doesn't do things behind my back anymore, then slowly I can regain trust. This is the same when trust is broken in a relationship, when people have other outside relationships, or trust can be broken into myself also, that I suddenly lost my memory in a public talk, which is very difficult to overcome, and then I will feel anxiety, insecurity, because trust is the means how we can overcome insecurities. And when insecurities prevail, this is the basis for the growth of anxieties. So therefore trust is very important, and we trust in many things where we are not even aware. I trust in this chair that it supports me. But when there is a certain insecurity felt, then we really decidedly say, okay, I bridge this insecurity because I trust on the pillar of the other side of the river. The pillar, this trustworthiness, this capacity, this holding structure is strong enough to keep me up.
And the same with word. If word do something bad for me.
Exactly. When I feel betrayed by the world, this leads to an insecurity towards the world, and I'm going to hesitate. Should I really go into this world again and to keep it up with it, and to build up a new enterprise when the other bankrupt or so, to have a new relationship, and when there is a war, can I really trust the politicians? We cannot trust the politicians so easily when we see what happens. And therefore it is also important to be critical, to be doubtful, to prove and check what is there, and to be clear that some politicians, some politics is not trustworthy. They are lying, they are betraying, they live from propaganda. But many people are not critical, and they believe, and they like to believe, because it's like a fairy tale. In a fairy tale, the world is in order. But it isn't so. They abuse these people. And to be critical and to fight it is very important.
This is very important words. Be critical. Sometimes fight if you have abilities.
Yeah.
If you have enough power.
Everybody has the possibility to fight it, at least with the friends, in discussions, in families.
Yes,
and
this is my question.
There starts the fight.
This is my question, because fortunately, for lots of people, it's impossible to fight, but there are other options how to fight.
Exactly, yeah. Because a rule of life, of existence, is that it happens only in the diameter, in the horizon of where I am, on my working place, in my family, with my friend, with myself. And this is my world. And in this world, I can change things. Many people are so megalomaniac, they think they have to change the whole world. The Chinese and the Japanese and the Indian and the Russians and the Europeans and the Americans. And only when I move the world on this basis. These are childish fantasies. My world is this world. This is a central concept of existential philosophy and existential psychology. Be humble. Restrict your activities and your fantasies and your decisions to this environment in which you are, and keep your garden clean and your house clean, and keep the relationships in which you are proper and clean, and serve them and are there. Then you live your life in your world. This is your world, not China.
Okay, thank you so much. I think it was very valuable and rich and wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thank you.